Hey everybody, happy Tuesday afternoon, where I hope you have chosen to be every level of fabulous and amazing. So I was just talking with a client of mine and I thought that I would share some advice with you that I actually gave to her that I think might be a little bit helpful. So I was talking to her about how there are so many things in our world. So, hey Ainsley, that I just need to get rid of this cushion. It's driving me crazy. Golly gosh, there we go. That's better. There are so many things in our worlds that we need to do, right? And I've been talking over the last couple of days a little bit about motivation. I've been talking about, leaving it all on the field and giving it your all and, really feeling it in your core and, all that kind of thing. But what I shared with her was one of the things that had come up for me in my journaling over the last, this is not straight, that's making me a bit, I got total OCD, that feels a bit better. I was sharing with her about this realization that I've had, and it was about, we've got access to so much more than what we usually choose to, number one, give ourselves credit for, and number two, that we choose to access. So one of the things that I thought that I would share with you is kind of around a mindset tweak, essentially around what it is that you could do, how you could choose to feel and be in order to embrace what it is that you need to embrace. So first of all, I want you to imagine, for those of you who have seen Bohemian Rhapsody, one of those very first scenes where Freddie was standing in the bar in the audience, looking at the band playing, and you could see he was just like, you know what, that should be me up there. He was just like, you could see him envisaging what it would be like. So then what he did is, he went out and he was talking to the band and, so on and so forth. Off it goes. Hey, Catherine. And, as we know, well, we all know who Freddie Mercury is, so we know what the outcome was. If the movie is anything like what happened in reality, then, that's we all know how he ended up. So a lot of the time, though, what can happen is that we can be that person standing in the bar, looking at the people performing on stage and being all like, well, you know what, one day that could be me. One day I should be up there. One day I might go up there. But if you don't ever take any action to make it happen, whether it's going and talking to the band out the back, whether it's going and doing, it doesn't really matter, going and having singing lessons, going and putting ads in newspapers or on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever, trying to find a band to sing in or play in, without the action, nothing ever happens. So, we all know that, right? We all know that without action, nothing actually eventuates. You're not going to get breakfast. You can't just lie in your bed and go, I want to manifest pancakes and maple syrup, particularly if you live on your own and you don't have someone to just come and, magically genie and, give you hotcakes and syrup. I was going to say spirit and syrup, it's not going to happen. The action that you've got to take is you decide, I really feel like pancakes with maple syrup. And then you go to the freaking kitchen and you go and find some pancakes and maple syrup, or you get in the car and you drive to McDonald's for a set of hotcakes, which my daughter did the other day on the way to work. So this thing is that, we might not always like the act of having to walk from the bedroom to the kitchen. We might not like the act of going out and having to get in the car and then driving to the place to go and get the things so that you can come home and do it. We don't have to necessarily enjoy the cooking to enjoy the outcome. So sometimes you just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just too tired. I just don't really feel like doing it today. Well, if we think about an elite athlete and we know that they need to train day in, day out, twice a day, 3 times a day. I don't know how often elite athletes train. But if you imagine that you're an elite athlete and you've got these young whippersnappers coming, biting at your heels, trying to take you down, but trying to take you on. If you know that if you don't train as hard and as relentlessly as you can in those sessions, that they'll gold medal that you're desiring, that you're working towards, will actually never be yours, because you're letting whatever else it is get in the way. You're not actually going in. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you today is a way of being able to activate or turn on that inner drive in order to help you to get what it is that you want. Now, it might be knowing that creating content, for example, it's a vehicle, right? It's a tool that we use in order to get clients, to be able to drive connection, to be able to build relationships. You know, we're all smart people. We're smart, intelligent women. We know that this is what happens. You go put posts out, you go put photos up, you go do videos, people like it, they see it, they like you, they do all those things, and then eventually some people will buy or they won't, right? Some people will buy. Everybody won't buy, but some people will. So sometimes though, we need something extra, right? If you know that you've got to go do a live stream, it's like, and this is the exact example that I was talking with this client about. It's like sometimes you've just got to suck it up, princess, and freaking do the thing, rather than sitting there going like, oh, I've got a headache today. Oh, my skin's not very good. Oh, I have a pimple, or I'm not very hydrated, or I've only got 5 minutes, or whatever else. My phone's running flat. I don't know, whatever other reasons and excuses that we're very, very freaking clever at coming up with. But if we're buying into those, then they're actually tools of self-sabotage. Right? A sword can protect you, but it could also kill you. So it's like a double-edged sword. So you've got to be really super aware. So one of the strategies that I personally use, and I've suggested to clients that you could use, and obviously now sharing with you guys, is think of someone famous. Think of somebody famous that you really admire. And it could be Freddie Mercury, it could be Lady Gaga, it could be a singer, an actress, an actor, a politician, it could be an influencer, it could be whoever it is. Let's use me as an example, because I know some people in the past where they've been through events, they might use me as an example. My kids say I'm Facebook famous, so, you know, I guess we could take it and run with it. One of the things that one of my clients used to say to me all the time is that she was going to get tattooed on her wrist, WWND, which is what would Nicola do. And so sometimes it can be really super helpful to get out of our own way and stop buying into our own bullshit and get out of our self-victimization cycle to be able to go out and do the thing, to go, all right, well, what would Nicola do? What would Kelly do? What would Catherine do? What would Oprah do? What would Gwen Stefani do? What would Robbie Williams do? What would Bradley Cooper do? What would, you know, bless his heart, rest in peace, Luke Perry, you know, what would he do? So it's kind of like you can buy into your own bullshit and you can keep buying into your own bullshit, or you can make a different choice and do something different. But here's the thing, all of those people that I've just reeled off their names, they did not get to where they were by going, oh, I don't really feel like doing this today, so I'm just not going to do it. They got up. Like Lady Gaga talks about going to audition after audition after audition after audition. There's going to be setbacks. There will be. It's you know, hashtag humans. It's what we experience. It's about building resilience and being able to move through that in a lot of a faster way versus buying into whatever it is that we're making it mean. So a big thing that I use is like, all right, because I love the whole, I love musicians and particularly singers and stuff, and I love Gwen Stefani. So I might imagine some days it's like, well, you know, what would Gwen do? What would Gwen Stefani do? What would Gwen Stefani wear today if she was doing this thing? You know, what would that do? You know, what would she do? And then the next piece to doing that is like, well, and this isn't good for all the time because I want you to be you, right? But you can imagine, well, who do I need to be in order to be that person who is confident, who is visible, who is showing up, who is being consistent, who is sharing the message, who is going out and doing all of the things that you said that you were going to do and getting out of your own way? Who do you need to be in order to be able to do that? And sometimes, quite honestly, we need to pretend that we are someone else. So this client of mine was talking about Mardi Gras and about how one of her friends had made this amazing outfit and she'd put it on and she wasn't really very happy with it. But she said, you know what, I went out and I was spreading my joy all over everywhere and everybody else was spreading their joy all over everywhere and it was all amazing. She said, but what was really brilliant is that I was able to become someone else. I've gone, that's the thing. That's one of the tools, the secret tools that you can utilize is like you can actually choose to become someone else in that moment so that you can go and do the thing that you need to do. So not buying into your own bullshit is the first thing and recognizing it. The second thing is going, all right, well, who do I need to be in order to be able to get out there and do this stuff? Who do I need to become almost in order to get out there and do that? And then the next piece is, what are you deciding? Are you actually deciding that you are the type of person that is strong, resilient, going out there and leaving it all on stage and performing to the best of your ability, and that you are an entertainer, that you are an artist, that you are someone who people just naturally listen to because you're so motivating and inspiring? Are you the person that people come to because you design really freaking beautiful gardens? Are you a celebrity chef? You know, we look at this day and age on television. You've just got to turn the television on. We've got Foxtel. We don't watch normal TV. So satellite TV for those of you in the States. And it's like there's home renovation shows. There's pool renovation shows. There are cooking shows. There's cooking shows for kids. You know, the age of reality TV is so massive. We're not talking about Married at First Sight. That's just ridiculous. I don't watch it. All I know about that is what's seen in my Facebook newsfeed, and it just irritates me. So anyway, where I'm going with that is that there is inspiration anywhere, no matter whether you're a doctor, whether you're a pharmacist who wants to go out on their own, whether you're a health professional, whether you're a physio, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a garden designer, whether you're a coach, a mentor, whatever. There are so many examples of people being able to do wonderful, amazing, groundbreaking things in the digital space so that you can use them or you can channel almost what you think they might do or their energy in order to get out there and do what needs to be done. It doesn't always have to be in the same industry as you either. Obviously, Gwen Stefani is not a online business owner. Oh, actually, that's not true. She is. But she's not a marketer like I am necessarily. So I like to look at people often outside of my industry for kind of inspiration, motivation, and you know, like WWND. What would Nicola do? It's like, well, what would Gwen do? How would Gwen react? What would she be doing? So sometimes it's helpful for you to be able to almost like pull on a different hat or wear a different persona in order for you to do what needs to be done. And I just think that can be really helpful. So that's that, baby. And that really, I guess, what that's going to do, if you are able to embrace that, we are multifaceted, right? I blogged about this yesterday. We do have that law of duality where you can be really kick-ass and you can also be really soft. It's two sides of the same coin, right? And it's okay to be all of those things. But I guess it's like, in order for you to be able to do certain things, you need to be able to tap into different parts of you and different facets of your personality. And this is where really kind of embracing a character, so to speak, can become really helpful. It's why Beyonce has, you know, world famous Sasha Fierce as her alter ego. So that's that. And it's all about building your positioning, leveraging the platforms that are out there, really harnessing that energy so that you can create that rock star status around you and what you're doing in your office and things, so that you can then move through and really become iconic. So that's what we're doing. That is that. I'm going to love you and leave you. If you're curious about Champagne Supernova, we're talking about all of these things in person in May for 2 whole days. I will post the link in here later because I don't have my computer handy. And I just hope that you guys have a really amazing afternoon. Let me know what comes up for you as you're listening to this or as you're listening to the replay, with how you can embrace this, or that you will embrace this and really take on those 3 different steps that is truly going to skyrocket you, skyrocket your visibility, skyrocket your productivity actually as well, because you just be like, bam, this is what I need to do. And then you'll just go and do it. All right. Have an amazing afternoon, everybody. I will talk to you all soon. Take care.